Climate change is accelerating at an astonishing rate. The human population is multiplying. Technology continues to prove its dominance at the forefront of society's attention. As our carbon footprint expands, the environment revolts. Tornadoes, hurricanes, tsunamis, and wildfires are only a few of the challenges humans face. How will the world balance progress with these uncertainties? What is the future of natural disaster relief as it relates to disaster vulnerability, societal awareness, emerging technology, and governance? Initially, the government and non-government agencies took action by establishing a formal disaster response process. Currently, society is improving the efficiency and effectiveness of response through the introduction of new technology. Funding will continue to come from many sectors, but the social impact of disaster will force the entire world to get involved. In 2017 alone, disasters were responsible for $330 billion in damage. Over 10,000 people lost their lives, and many more lost their homes and families. In its current state, natural disaster response and recovery is not ready to provide relief to the growing human population. There are four main forces of change within the system: disaster vulnerability, societal awareness, emerging technology, and governance. Disaster vulnerability describes both the primary causes of natural disaster and the people most susceptible to them. Specific forces within this category include climate change, pollution, poverty, and urbanization. In the past 2 decades, the global temperature has risen 0.5 degrees Celsius relative to 1880. If these trends continue, deviation from this baseline could reach 2 degrees Celsius in the next 10 years. Societal awareness represents society's perception of disaster-related issues and its role in providing disaster relief. This force of change consists of the sharing economy, social media, microaid, and corporate missions. Shared economy uses are projected to increase 8-fold between 2014 and 2030. Emerging technology describes the changing mediums through which relief is provided. Relevant technology includes blockchain, IoT, artificial intelligence, and drones. Since blockchain is relatively new, the current global increase in startups indicates more applications. The growth of cryptocurrency and supply chain management encourages more methods of disaster relief. Governance refers to political regulation of disaster relief. Specific forces within governance include budgeting and availability of funds, corporation and fraud, and party and power. This section focuses on alternative future scenarios and contingent strategies through the Manoa method. 4 scenarios and accompanying strategies will be analyzed as potential outcomes for the future of natural disaster relief. Conscious collaboration involves the growth of existing technologies like crowdfunding, the sharing economy, and drones. The prominent strategy for business is to capitalize on crowdfunding small amounts of aid. Nonprofits must create captivating messages, simplifying the donation process, and utilize social media campaigns in order to thrive. Trust in retrograde addresses the possibility of a lack of trust between donors and donees. Growing corruption and misappropriation of funds in disaster-prone regions can lead to a lack of accountability and stunt emerging technology adoption. The contingent strategy describes the emergence of nonprofit banks. Currently, de-risking the nonprofit sector has complicated charities' efforts to deliver effective aid. With lack of trust in technology, nonprofit banks could serve this need. The bank will offer loans to charities and reinvest any profits into the nonprofit sector. Our transformation scenario identifies blockchain, IoT, and AI as emerging technologies of Web 3.0. Their ability to quickly respond to weather patterns, communicate emergency specifics, and transparently record donations has enabled trust and transformation in long-standing emergency response systems. Demand for blockchain, AI, and IoT technology within disaster relief will lead to the creation of many temporary high-tech jobs. Platforms will allow for open collaboration and result in gigification of experienced, highly skilled workers. Mutually assured disaster focuses on climate change, migration, and urbanization, and how they will accelerate the severity and frequency of disaster. The overwhelming influx of natural disasters will outpace the human capabilities of relief. 84% of corporate giving is dedicated to disaster response and relief, but companies now get involved in prevention, preparedness, and recovery. By fully committing to the idea of disaster philanthropy, businesses can build trust and engage in a millennial workforce who desires working for socially responsible companies. A no-regrets strategy for business involves making infrastructure more resilient through machine learning capabilities.